Hello friends, and welcome to another Nostalgia Talk bonus! So first of all, the other day I bought a new shirt, and this is it. So I don't know how much of this is actually getting in the frame, but basically it says made in the 90s, and it has all the classic Nickelodeon cartoon shows from the 90s and the 2000s, a lot of which I grew up watching. There's, let me look here, Real Monsters, Rugrats, Rocko's Modern Life, Ren and Stimpy, Wild Thornberrys, Hey Arnold. I loved Hey Arnold when I was younger, actually. And actually, when lockdown here in Nova Scotia happened last year, Nickelodeon was re-airing all of the classic shows, and I was reintroduced to Hey Arnold, and I just really enjoyed rewatching that. And on that note, happy birthday to the voice of Helga Pataki from that show, Francesca Marie Smith. So Francesca, if you are watching this, happy birthday, and I'd love to have you on Nostalgia Talk. So enough of that, sorry for the somewhat rambly intro. Now I'm going to show you what it is that I have to show you. If you saw the show that I did with Tom Spahn, then you probably remember me sharing with him the Sing Snore Ernie doll that I have, which was put out by Sesame Street in 1997. So that was 2 years before I was born. But actually the year that my first friend Rachel was born, one of my very best friends. Many of you probably remember Rachel from the Best Friends Challenge video that I did a while ago. Rachel, do you feel old yet? You know, I had to try. I couldn't resist. Anyway, so I have with me, I know you didn't get to see it when I was showing Tom Spahn, but, and of course it started talking, but you know, it talks the moment that you pick it up, basically. But here it is, the Sing Snore Ernie doll. Look, stop talking! I'm trying to show you to the people. You're being rude. So anyway, here he is with his striped pajamas and bunny slippers. I don't remember Ernie ever wearing bunny slippers in some of the bedtime skits from Sesame Street that I saw, but then again, I couldn't see Ernie from the waist down. But he also has this little eye mask to make it look like he's going to sleep. Doesn't ever stop. I don't understand that. But basically, this is what he does.
It feels good to lay down. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
And the moment that you pick him up, as you probably could see,
I feel great.
he's well rested and ready to start the day. So I guess the gimmick for this thing was that it was supposed to teach kids the importance of sleep and how healthy it is for you, I guess. I'm just assuming because, no matter how long he's been asleep for, he just says, I feel great. And the voice inside of this is Steve Whitmire, who played Ernie after Jim Henson passed away. Can I tell my little story about this thing? You guys okay with hearing that story? So if you follow me on social media, Facebook and Instagram, then you probably already heard this. But I had this thing since I was born, basically. It's gonna start talking now. Yeah, but I've had this thing ever since I was born, and I did not, and in all the years that I had it, it never sang or snored. So basically, when I was interviewing Tom Spahn, I thought to myself, man, I have some Sesame Street talking toys, because I knew from Ivy Austin that Tom had put the talk in the Tickle Me Elmo dolls, and I thought, well, I wonder if he did the same for some other Sesame Street talking toys that I have. So I remembered having this, and I had heard online that it was supposed to talk. Of course, mine never did. So I thought to myself, well, I wonder if I can I wonder if I can make it talk. What can I do? Does it need new batteries or something? So what I did was I looked in my room. This is my room, by the way. My little nerd box, I call it. So I found this thing in my room, and I thought, are there no batteries in it? So I pulled out the voice box, and it was closed, and I was like, well, I need a screwdriver so I can open it. And I actually could see through it that there were, in fact, no batteries. So I was like, I need a screwdriver. My dad is in construction, and his dad was in construction as well. It's funny, a lot of people always ask me, how come you're not going to follow in your father's footsteps? Because my dad and my grandfather, and for anyone asking, yes, it's the same grandfather that's nicknamed Grumpy. They've worked with a lot of the same people. And so some people are kind of surprised that I'm not going to be following in their footsteps. But the truth is, I never really was interested in construction the way that they are. No offense to my dad and Grumpy, but it just was never my thing. They went into construction. I'm the nerdy one in the family. I went into the arts. So anyway, I thought to myself, oh man, I need a screwdriver to open this thing. Lucky for me, I had a multi-tool that I needed for school. We do a lot of stuff with very heavy equipment in film school, so we needed one of these so that way we could do our work. And so it came with a lot of different things. There's a lot of blades in here. But I thought to myself, is there a screwdriver in here? And thank God there was. This thing actually had a screwdriver, so I thought, but will it fit in the voice box? So I tested it out. I twisted it, opened the voice box, it fit perfectly, and I thought to myself, okay, now I need some batteries. We had some AA batteries, and I thought maybe it'll work on AA batteries. So I put some in, and the second I put the last battery in, guess what it did?
I feel great.
That's the first thing it said. That's the first thing it said right away, the second that I put the last battery in the Sing Snore Ernie doll. I guess he was finally happy to wake up after 22 years. So that's the Sing Snore Ernie doll, and according to the book Sesame Street Unpaved, I've got quite the collection. Got quite the Sesame Street trove in here, but there's a page here that says, aha, here it is. In 1997, 1.2 million Sing Snore Ernies were sold. So there's that. I don't know if you can see it. I'll move it in a little bit. There it is. So I don't know where we got. It's gonna start talking. I'm gonna pick it up and it's gonna start talking. I know it, but I don't know how we got this. I don't even know where it came from. I've had it ever since I was born. I feel like maybe it was somebody else's before and it was just donated to my parents when I was born. But honestly, I can see why whoever had it before me took out the batteries. This thing does not shut up. It would be kind of nice if it sang, I don't want to live on the moon, which as many of you guys probably know, as I've mentioned it before, is my very favorite Sesame Street song. Not just my very favorite Bert and Ernie song, my very favorite Sesame Street song. Such a lovely little tune. Jim Henson sang it so beautifully. Yeah, what a great song. I remember the first thing for Sesame Street that I ever saw as a kid, like 22 years ago, was a segment at nighttime with Bert and Ernie, since I'm showing that toy. But basically it was Ernie was eating cookies in bed, and Bert said to him, don't eat those cookies in bed because you get crumbs in the sheets, and if you get crumbs in the sheets, they'll get in your pajamas, and if you get crumbs in your pajamas, they'll make you itch and you won't be able to sleep, so don't do it. So Ernie thinks that over, and then he's like, okay, and I'm never going to eat cookies in my bed again. And so he tries to get in Bert's bed. I'm gonna eat cookies in your bed, Bert. Good plan. Why not just give him the Cookie Monster? There was one segment I remember where Ernie had Cookie Monster over for a sleepover, and Cookie Monster had a bad dream about cookies. So that's it for me. That's the Sing Snore Ernie doll. Thank you so much, and stay tuned for more Nostalgia Talk and more Nostalgia Talk bonus videos. Peace!